Obama has really hurt America in so many ways. The regulations, the laws, our healthcare system, the dramatic expansion of welfare. But the most important one, the most lasting one, is what he's done to the national debt. And I'd like to talk about that. You think you know the stats, but you don't. When Obama took office, the national debt was $10 trillion. Now it is $17 trillion. That means from the moment George Washington put his hand on the Bible for the oath of office until Barack Obama did, we borrowed $10 trillion net. Under his 6 years, we've borrowed $7 trillion more. So by the time he leaves office, probably it'll be $8 or $9 trillion. He might even double the national debt. Now, this is terrifying. At the moment, we don't feel it much because the Fed is keeping interest rates low. Short-term rates near zero and long-term rates as a result have been low. So the Treasury can borrow money at 2, 2.5%, 3% a year. So do the math. A $17 trillion national debt at 2% interest, let's say, is about $350 billion a year of debt service. Well, that's a lot to pay each year for money you borrowed in the past, but it's only about 10% of the total federal budget of $3.7 or $3.8 trillion. But when rates rise, as they inevitably will, they're not going to stay at zero forever. When they rise up to the normal level of, say, 5%, the amount we're going to have to pay in debt service will be huge. At that point, it'll approach $1 trillion out of our budget. 1/4 of the money we're going to be spending is not for defense and not for welfare and not for Social Security and not for improving the country. It'll be to pay the bills Obama racked up during his administration in office. To give you a flavor of how much $1 trillion of debt service would be, in today's dollars, it would mean that every single dime that you or I pay on the 1040 income tax forms, on our personal income tax, would go only to servicing the debt. Nothing would go to anything else. In fact, $1 trillion now exceeds the total amount that Congress appropriates for the entire defense budget and all other purposes. The rest of the spending is entitlements, but the discretionary is $1 trillion, and that's what the debt service would become. And when rates go up to 6 or 7 or 8%, this will devour our budget alive. So we're going to be in a situation where the dominant thing we're going to spend money on for the next 10 or 20 years is paying back Obama's debt. And what was it for? Even if we accept him at his word that he avoided a deeper recession, all right, so he bought 1 or 2 or 3% less unemployment. And maybe he phased over some of the worst aspects of the recession. Maybe economic growth was too positive as opposed to 0 or 1 negative. Minor stuff, not enough to encumber the whole United States government for the next 20 or 30 years, which is how long that debt is going to last. It is absolutely incredible what this man has done. And we are just beginning to realize the damage he's done, because it won't be until interest rates come back to their normal levels that we really realize what this guy has done to us. Thanks for watching.